Hello, and this is Brian Jenkins, and this is 5 Minutes with Rental Innovations, sponsored by Rental Innovations. We are makers of the colored tent bag system, tent bags, chair bags, uh, table bags. We have sidewalls of ketered and snap walls. We have ground tarps. We have the disposable hand sanitizer stations and much, much more. Visit us at www.rentalinnovations.com. All right, so it's a beautiful day here in Texas, as you can see. What I want to talk about today is insurance. That's one of the questions I see a lot on Facebook. And one of those things that I think people don't take seriously enough. As you grow, and even before you grow, while you're growing, the most important thing you're going to protect, you're going to spend money on, is protection of your assets. And these assets are what how you're making your living. And it's very, very important that you have the correct insurance, that you have a provider that knows what he or she is doing and in our industry, and giving you what you need. And that's why I always recommend ARA Insurance, American Rental Association. They're not a sponsor of mine. I don't get anything out of it. I'm just telling you that when I had my company, I started with them when I had 3 margarine machines, and I kept with them up to the point when we sold it at $15 million in revenue. I kept ARA Insurance. Now I've started this business. I have ARA Insurance again. As many of you know, I still do some hurricane and disaster work, fire work on the tent side, as well as my rental innovations, and I use ARA Insurance exclusively for all of it. Why do I use ARA Insurance? Well, because the American Rental Association is our industry group, and the insurance that they provide, uh, they know our industry, so they know what they're insuring. They're not some company that insures car washes and restaurants, and then oh, by the way, there's the guy down the street that owns a few bounce houses or a couple tents, and he wants insurance too. Well, let me insure them too. That's just a regular general liability policy. Are they covering you correctly? The answer is probably no. They probably are not covering you correctly because they don't understand what you do and how you do it, the inherent risk involved in what you do and how you do it. And you may not have the correct kind of coverage that you need should something come up. And believe me, as you grow, things will come up. You can do things right all the time, but things will come up. Unfortunately, in the 13 years, 12, 13 years that I owned my tent company, we were sued probably 10 times. As a matter of fact, I got served a lawsuit sitting right here on my porch about 6 months ago, a year after I sold my company, and revolves around a one of our workers offloading from a big job we did at a Marriott hotel, was loading at the loading dock, and some lady, customer at the hotel, was back on the loading dock. She shouldn't have been there. She's back there smoking, and our guy was pushing a bar out, a portable bar out, and hit her. And of course, now she's suing us for all kinds of stuff. Over a year after I sold my company, a year and a half after I sold my company, gave it to ARA Insurance, and they're covering it. They're handling it, and I haven't worried about it since. You don't know the peace of mind that gives you until you get sued and you find out that you don't have the right insurance because you wanted to save a few bucks. So, uh, call your insurance agent or call the American Rental Association. I don't have their phone number. I'll put it here on the screen. But they all have their agents work in regions. So our regional guy is Al Jones down here in Texas, but that may not be your guy depending on where you're at. So they all have their own agents. I would call them, get a quote. If you're small, it's going to be a little more expensive, and the reason is because ARA has a minimum, but you'll grow into that. As you grow, it will not go up because you're going to be at your minimum for a while. So it's going to be expensive up front. I'm warning you, but if something happens, and it will, if you stay in business long enough, it will, know that you're going to be covered and know that you got the right insurance. So that's all I want to talk about today. I think it's a very important topic, insurance. And if you don't have workers' comp insurance, many of the agents with ARA insurance, they can write a workers' comp policy for you also. And another very, very important thing to have is workers' comp insurance. So I was always, my whole life, I've always said, there's three things I don't skimp on. That's insurance, lawyers, and doctors. I'll save money on everything else. Any of you that know me know that I'm a tightwad, but those three things I never skimp on. I feel like with those three, you get what you pay for. So do it. You'll be very happy if and when something does happen, you're covered correctly, and it'll be money well spent. We're going to talk next time about the American Rental Association a little bit more about what they do and why you should join. That's our industry group. If you're not a member of it, you should be. And we're going to talk more about that, what they can do for you. And I saw some idiotic post about, well, all you get out of them is discounts. That's actually, I didn't even know that they did give discounts. Has nothing to do with why you should join the ARA. We're going to talk about what they do. We're going to talk about the convention that they put on every year and why you should go to that. So be looking forward to that. And I'll get that out probably next week or so. Anyway, have a great day, and we'll talk soon.